We're back with another project. We have a 1959 Corvette over here that 612 AutoWorks is building. It's going to be a completely frame off, as you can see. We have been tasked to do the interior. What we're going to do is scan the inside of the cabin to get our base and our foundation, so that way we can build a center console, door panels, and a floor. We're going to do a floor that a lot of people see at SEMA, and it's going to be a nice flat floor with some slats in it, maybe some ambient lighting. And then we're gonna do something really cool with the center console that goes with the design of this car. We're gonna do some floating armrests in the shape of the C pattern that you'll see on the side of the car. And we're gonna do a dashboard trim panel, you could call it, more cover or facade, whatever. First step is obviously planning out our design and seeing what we're gonna do. So we sketched out some designs that we have for the door panel and for the center console. As for the floor, we are not gonna do a sketch on that. We'll probably just start fresh right on the CAD program. However, everything else we'll sketch out by hand just so we can get an idea. Also helps to show the customer some ideas that we have going rather than waste your time on the computer. Our first step, like I said, is the design on paper. Now next up, we're gonna start scanning. So we're gonna scan the inside of the cabin, the floor, the center console area, the dashboard, and then we'll dive deep into how we're gonna start this scan. Before we start scanning, I want to show you guys what we're going to be using to do the scan. We'll be using Shining 3D's Einscan HX, which is really good for automotive because it covers big surface areas and the laser scanning capabilities are awesome. Also wanted to show you this little rig we have for mobile scanning because most of the time we're going to be in a workspace environment and not just in an office. We do scan in an office, but for out in the field type of scenarios where things can't be brought to us or things are really big, we want to bring it all in one case. So we got our little monitor, we have a PC because we were using a laptop before, but the laptop was not keeping up with the scanning capabilities. You need a lot of processing speed for running this software. So just wanted to give you an overview of that. We will also be spraying the interior with our little mixture we have over here, which is rubbing alcohol and baby powder. You could buy scanning spray and spray it on everything, but this is more cost effective. And a lot of times what we're scanning is already dusty, so it has that matte satin finish because it's a lot harder to get good accurate scans with shiny surfaces. So you want rough surfaces or scuffed surfaces or dusty surfaces. Honestly, you could literally throw sawdust on your stuff and get a good scan from it. We're gonna get into the car, do some vacuuming, and then make sure everything's like sprayed, there's no glossy spots, and then we're gonna get scanning into the whole thing. As you can see, we're having some troubles on some of our scans because there's spots where it's reflective. We're also using a rapid scan, so it's not using the lasers, it's using light. You want to generally do laser scans when you are really trying to get high detail, but because we're just trying to get the spacing and like the overall environment of where our parts are going to sit, we don't need an entirely detailed scan, which is why we opted with using the rapid scan. So we're just getting inside the passenger footwell area. We're probably gonna make our way into the center console region. I figured we'll just scan this entire interior. That way we have it. If there's anything that needs to be added, we could do so. We don't need to scan it again. Probably gonna pause and add more of our little mixture of baby powder and rubbing alcohol because some spots you could see is picking up. It's not picking up in the glossy areas. And now I can't see behind me, so. So we're in the loft office, where I have my computer set up and a couple prototyping printers and whatnot. Last you saw, we scanned the car. You didn't see it, but we post-processed it, which means that we imported it into a software, got rid of any extraneous things that the scanner picked up, cleaned it up, and simplified the model, because what happens is there's millions and millions of data points. So the more data points there are, the bigger the file, the longer it takes. You don't really need that many, so we got to simplify it so that way we can import it into our CAD software. We're using Fusion 360 for our CAD software. We dabble with some others like Blender and Rhino, but as you can see, we've imported it into Fusion 360, and it just looks like it's made up of a bunch of data points. There's multiple ways we're going to go about this, because we're going to go from something that looks like this, which is just a scan, and I'll show you to what we've done already for the door panel, and I'm going to show you the original scan that we have. Scanning, really useful when you're building components that have a lot of contours and whatnot. But in the next video, you're going to see how we kind of went from a scan like this to a final product like this. We're going to be working with the interior of this Corvette. There's some things that we didn't pick up, such as in here, so we might rescan it or do a separate project out of that. But we have a lot to do. We're building the floor. We're going to design a center console with like a floating armrest, as well as a dash that has some speakers incorporated into it, as well as some kick panels in this area, as mentioned, a floor, and then we're going to incorporate an iPad-like screen for the radio. Kind of gives us 59 Vet some modern feel. These interiors were also very like elegant and focused on the attention to trim and detail, so we're going to kind of keep that same theme and not overdo it, but definitely complement what GM was doing in the 50s to their Corvettes. So thanks for watching. Hope to see you in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe, whatever you want to do. Message us, something.